is the poor Easter Bunny who was on there had no idea what he was in for.
They had awesome Easter Bunny.
Unit.
So, where do you think conventions are going to be in 10 years when it's 35 years of furry convention?
In 10 years? Well, it's funny. It's like when we got to conference 10, I was going, wow, that was a long slide. And we're at Cala for 10. It's like, what happened? Gone. It's like, where did time go? Probably we'll have a lot more technology. There's someone, I don't know if he's here, Blue Jaguar.
No, it's not here.
He's working on augmented reality for furry conventions, where you can hold up your tablet or cell phone, and all the people walking around will be their personas.
That's incredible.
It's coming, okay?
There's another thing called face rig.
Yes.
Yes. Well, it's funny because that technology's been around for a while, just not as good.
Well, the processing power is getting there, so it's becoming easier to do.
And one thing I see that's a trend that I hope will continue is the art shows are coming back.
Yes.
There was a time when art shows were getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Well, everyone's working in Photoshop, so you're not buying originals anymore, so why bid on it?
But people are starting to go, I want a pretty print.
Because it's nostalgia.
Yes.
Actually, well, a couple of things. One, I think the art show thing is almost the opposite. Prints are dead because you can get it all online for free. So why would you spend $8 to get an 8.5 by 11 print? But that makes the originals that much more valuable in a sense because.
And the funny thing is now you see less people selling prints at their tables.
Yeah.
And more people putting exclusive prints, extra high quality ones, in art shows.
I don't know if this is something that I foresee happening, but it's definitely something I hope can happen, which is something I've been working on, I swear, as long as I've been in furry fandom, and that is more of a collusion between the world of furry art and the world of art. You might remember a couple of years ago, during SC, there was an art gallery right around the corner over here that was running a furry art show at the same time as the convention. During Califur this last year, Mark and I made arrangements and we curated a furry art show in downtown Santa Ana at a gallery as part of their art walk they have there. And we're going to be doing that again sometime this year.
Yeah, so, furry art is real art, and it should be known by more.
Also, every furry writer is sobbing quietly inside right now.
Oh,
it's all about the artwork.
Yes,
Well, I mean, I push the artwork specifically because I definitely want to convince people that it's not all about the costuming. You know, I joke at people that saying that furry is all about fursuiting is the same as saying that Star Trek conventions are all about wearing pointy ears or bumpy foreheads.
All about Klingons,
I just spent $40 on these were 10. But I just spent $40 on little random pages out of Gotcha's sketchbook, purely for the fact that, you know, in 10, 20 years, you know, you'll have shows like American Pickers looking for this kind of stuff.
You're probably going to see a lot more 3D printed figures, you know. And
that's our
Yes.
Get a statue of your persona, or an action figure of your persona. That's coming.
Go ahead.
I would think you keep more robotic, more like, you know, things that where you're controlled, you get, you know, features or tails.
More advanced fursuits. One thing that's happened in the last couple of years is fursuit cooling technology.
That's gotten really
has really gotten sophisticated. So you have the end of the limit that you can go prancing around in your fursuit.
Actually, Happy Old West at Cooling He said he had a new problem that he was getting more exhausted because he was running. You know, he wasn't
running around in
resting.
Yeah, which is not exactly the lightest thing in the world.
I found something interesting. This is the very first program. Very first. The word pervert.
Oh yeah, I saw
It
that.
exists.
Well, let me tell you something. I mean, is Carl
the making of the word?
Okay, Carl couldn't make it, unfortunately. Well, go pat people. If you ever want somebody who just wants to deal his room around here so people don't know him, but again, he should be more famous than he is. Carl Marr. At our third furry party back in '87 or something like that, This guy comes galumphing into our room and says, hey, I like furries too. I'm interested in starting a fanzine. And we'd heard lots of furry projects before that went nowhere, so we just kind of, yeah, that's nice, guy, pat on the head. And he took all our names and all that, and he comes to the next convention, and he's got this fanzine in his hands. It's the first issue of Furversion. that was the first furry fandom fanzine, was Furversion. He called it that. And it got pretty frickin' big. It lasted for about 2.5 years.
Yeah, how many people here know about Furversion? How many people know about YARF?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, well, YARF was basically the people who published Furversion who decided to do their own thing, had a little more money behind them. And so if you see an issue of YARF, that's what Furversion looked like too. And Carl a couple of times has tried to do archival copies of Furversion, but the material is just as good. One of the cool things about Furversion and a lot of the early furry fanzines is there was no limitation on content. If the editor thought that the material was good, it went in. It didn't matter what it was about.
Actually, Carl did have a slight restriction in terms of the porn you could do. I love how he put it. He said, you can show the parts, you can show the action, but you cannot show the parts in action.
That was what his other zine was for.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, well, also, there was one of the greatest furry appas ever was started as a stepchild of Booty. That was called Rower Brazzle. And that one got phone book thick at one point. We have some of those copies.
Yeah, Rob Brazzle, interestingly enough, when we started doing furry parties at Comic-Con, when we put up our posters to get as many people to show up who were, fans and artists, the Rob Brazzle parties were closed parties. And eventually, the Rob Brazzle artists would come to our parties to meet other artists who weren't in Rob Brazzle. And we actually got some complaints from the guy running the Rob Brazzle party going, like, that party's empty. It's like, you're a closed party. Only people who are around them, and they're all at our parties. So you go over to see them there if you want.